Hey, good morning. I'm hoping I don't have an echo. I'm hoping you can actually hear me, that I haven't muted where I shouldn't have and all that stuff. It's lovely to be here in whatever way we can be. So thank you to see you. So happy to see you and thank you for being here. That's right. I'm Ros Boundy Psychic Medium and things are beeping now. It's all right. It's all right. And here we go. Hi, Holly. And I can see there straight away corrected the spelling of my name, but that's fine. And Holly, May 30th was your birthday. Is that what that's saying? Now I've got a thingy that's hiding that. I'm assuming that from what I can see. Yes, happy birthday for May 30th. And Paula, good morning to you as well. I almost feel like the romper room saying, oh, now I can't remember the rhyme. Someone might remember it. Good morning to you, Diane. Cuz. Lovely to see you here. Heartfelt, heartfelt. And morning, yes, here as well. Okay, that's great. And Holly, yes, yes, yes. And it is a happy winter. Definitely that. I'm feeling, as you can see, I've just got a different type of a top on now. It's not the sleeveless. I've actually got long sleeve with this one. I think it's the first time I've worn this one. I probably got it last season and didn't get around to wearing it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Not important. We're here for the cards, and the messages that they might be bringing to us. So tune into your psychic connection or your spiritual connection, whichever way you like to call it. They're only but labels. What we are doing is continuing on in our pathway in connecting with our spiritual guidance in whatever form that is. And I love using the tools, so that's what I do. I'm here sharing with you these beautiful tools. And this morning, and Holly, it's summer there, 30 plus. So that's 30 degrees as in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Can't quite remember where you are. You're Canadian, Canada, Ontario, somewhere? Oh, I've just forgotten. Or are you in the UK? I just can't remember. My brain's had a lot to deal with. Tucked in bed. Cold as in feeling not well. Oh, look after yourself, Cuzzy. I look very bright and well today. Thank you, Paula. I do feel very bright and well. I had it right then. Yay. Sometimes the memory can be good. So anyway, because I am preferring to keep this to the under 15 minutes, I better get onto it. So here we go to the cards. And what I'm featuring is, as you can see, and I just realised I've actually got, oh no, the camera's, it zoomed into different. Hang on, let me have a looky cookie here. I'll just go like that and see if I can shift the emphasis. No, I can't. You've got this edge of my desk there. That's just something you're going to have to put up with. The camera is where it is. So we've got the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck that I usually use. That's the main card spread. We have our card there. And here we are. This month I'm being a featured guest through June in Yours in Numbers. It's a private, I think it's a private group, but you can ask to join. And it is about numerology and that the numbers work. So I'm featuring this as the focus deck for this month. So I'll have a numerology card as part of this. Now, I'll actually shift that to being the cover so you can see what the cover is. And of course, that's the back of the cards. Here is the card that we've got. Now, I'll look it up in the guidebook. I'm not as au fait with or as up to date with numerology as I could be. So I'm going to probably be learning as much as you do as we move along in the month of June. So good morning, Michaela. Lovely to have you here. Yes, it is chilly, very chilly. So here we have our card first. I'll read that one and then we can move that one onward. Every struggle in your life has shaped you into the person you are today. Absolutely, and that's what makes us, each and every one of us, unique and perfect in our imperfections. Because it's the way that we learn and grow with each other, from each other, and to each other as well. So that's a gorgeous card there, that our card. Everything we struggled with, it does bring us together. Now, with this one and the numerology cards, some of these come up, and we'll find that out as we move along in the month, with a word of the number 1 and introspection. is what we have today for this card. So I'm going to put that over on the left now. No, look, I will leave it on the right. So 1, introspection. And here with the guidebook, it goes through like this with the different numbers. So introspection, as you can see with this, there it shows up, introspection where my thumb is, so I'll actually read that. Careful consideration is needed here. So the card may point to the fact that little will be achieved in thoughts if thoughts turn inward. So alternatively, it may point to the need to think clearly. So it really is spending a bit of time. Don't get lost in it, but also it might be pointing to the fact that we may need some introspection. Okay, so I'll just leave those as that. I'm just sort of trying to figure out which looks better. Look, that's all right. It's okay as it is. Now, our focus is, though, of course, the Lenormand deck, which is our card spread here. And I am going to put that over there on, just not sure, am I? I'm actually wanting to focus on the Lenormand deck at the moment. So let's just put those aside like that so that we're not distracted. Here's the introspection. Don't think about it too hard, basically. What we've got is the birds in the home space. We've got the books in the workspace. Here we have the cross as that unexpected. We have the masks as our role. And then we've got the fox in that central position of the outcome or outlook. Right, so what we're doing here with the birds, communication really is important, and it can be indicated today that we're going to need to take a little bit more attention to it and pay attention to it and listen and speak our voice, do all that we need to, that we are actually communicating well and not leaving it into that gossip arena, because that's sort of what it could be indicating that as well too. So here we go from Rena. Good morning from Rena, and then I'll leave the comments till later. Good morning, Sarah, since we've just started, and good morning to Alison. Lovely to have you here. Now, with this, take some time to, really listen to the words. What I'm feeling more for this from Spirit is the listening mode, so that as you are saying things to others, that you have that mindfulness around it, not being gossip. It doesn't need to be the wisdom of the hours as such, but it is good communication. It's so that what you're actually putting out is still a truth, an authenticity, all of those words that really put out what you mean, rather than just flying words out just for the sake of talking. Is what I'm feeling with that. So it's less chatter, more talk and communication. So in your home space, that's what you're needing to be putting in. That listening is the receiving first. I feel a bit of confusion, probably because sometimes when those birds out in the bird bath are chattering so quickly and together, because I can fully understand after hearing that sound a few times now, you sort of wonder, God, do they really talk together? Are they understanding each other and all the rest? And I think that's where the communication needs to be, with the point to be understood, okay, rather than just the gossipy, okay? The same with the books. I'm feeling, there's so much information that we can gather together, that we can learn and really glean in what we have as our connections over internet and everything now. Google everything, or Bing, or whatever search engine you use. In our workspace, we can gather so much that we become overloaded, almost, the written form of what this chatter is, what the birds are saying in our intellectual fields of what we're gathering for information, for what we're putting into our work as well. It's needed, it's necessary, but I think it's having that awareness of what actually is too much compared to what you actually need. We can delve so deep, and here's that introspection card, right? We can delve so deep that we're getting too lost in it, and we're just losing the way because of the overload of information. So have the intention through the day to day that whatever it is that you're gathering together in that knowledge is going to be useful, and that you can further what your work is by using it further and not getting so much you're overloaded. I mean, that's just what it feels like. I think it's having that little bit of wisdom to know which is what you want, what you need, the difference between how much is too much, and really see what you need in your workspace so that you're not getting too introspective and down a rabbit hole, that type of thing. So here we are. Here we are with the cross coming in that unexpected. I think it really is trusting. For me, the cross signifies trust and faith. There are other meanings that you might be getting for it from your own life experiences. So for this, in what I'm seeing and feeling for these two cards, our home space and our workspace, that it really is that overarching trust which way you're moving with what you're receiving, and the rest that you're letting go by the wayside, that you don't hear or you don't read. That what you are gathering in that information to yourself is the right info. So that you can reflect and go inner in a purposeful way, not get lost down the rabbit hole. Okay. And that's too also for me with the mask here. Oh, I just noticed here what you've got there, Heidi. Good morning too, by the way. Means it all means something different to everyone when you're listening. It's how we apply it to our own thoughts. And that is the same with even what we're reading, how we interpret it for our own needs and uses. Good morning, Michelle. I'm going to just do these while they're there. So good morning, Nat, too. Lovely to have each of you in here as well. So really do step into your own faith, your trust in self, that what you are gleaning, what you are hearing, how you're interpreting it, reading it is for your highest purpose, what you're needing to use it for in the work that you do or in the home space that you're creating. I think, the home space is the first step. Then we step out into the work. It's almost, if you so enjoy it, it's not like work. It's just doing what you enjoy, what you love doing. So, and that heart space in it. Look, sometimes as our role, we do need to have those masks. We do have the masks on in whatever way we feel we're protecting or hiding or, just filtering what is happening around us, especially in the last few years, isn't it? The mask filtering. But there does come a time where some layers of that need to be removed, or revealing to those who we necessarily need to reveal, lift the mask off, be vulnerable. So that's what I'm feeling with this card being here today. So there's some level of what we're needing to reveal. And in other instances, this is where that having that trust in self might pop up to say, oh, hang on, look, just don't reveal that for the moment. So, really step into that is your gut feeling around all of this, okay? And the fox, look, I see the fox is tries a lot of times. It's prepared to go off and plan again to do a different way type of thing. Or the same way, just different time, and it might be different. There is the mind. And I can only refer this back to my own experience as kids. There was always foxes around pretty much because we had chooks in a big yard. So you made sure the yard was good and sound and you kept the foxes out. And you kept an eye on the foxes that they weren't too close to the farm, but they kept coming back, of course, because they're after food. So I think it's just the determination to persist. So I think by the end of the day, we might have felt that we haven't been successful in something that we've done and go off and plan again, or it's just go off and plan for tomorrow. It's having what we've experienced through our day to day being that preparation for the tomorrow. And that could be involving what is this introspection card, that by the end of the day, as we have our head hit the pillow for sleep, that we may have already done a little bit more of that introspection in league with that fox energy. So there we go. And we've got Jaylyn. Good morning to you too, Jaylyn. Now, that is actually what I feel is the reading for today. So we are going to be gleaning our info in whatever way, whether it's chatting with others in our home, in the workspace, reading, doing a bit research, and that sort of thing. But it really is stepping into our own pathway of trusting self and what we have, what we need to reveal or not. Planning, yes, it's part of it, but it is stepping out and actually the doing of what we have in our day so that we are continually, it is a pathway, isn't it? And sometimes we do sit and rest. Hence, I think the introspection and the card that is, a mask, you got to sit and think sometimes of what's next. I don't feel safe doing that. All sorts of different variables and stuff that's going on in your head. Take the time to actually think before speaking sometimes. What do you really need to research, not to go down those rabbit holes? And, being in that essence of your pathway, not everybody else's too. And I think, it'll just keep growing and bringing forward what is your perfect you, even if we don't act on it perfectly sometimes. So step into it, have faith, trust yourself. And here we go. We've got, whoopsie. There we go. Keza, good morning to you, Keza. And you're going to watch the replay. You're just a little bit on the edge of late, but that's okay. That's the beauty of the technology. And thank you from Paula. Alleviates your doubts on your actions. Oh, that's wonderful. And step into it, trusting self. And thank you for a lovely day to all from Connie and from Sarah. Beautiful, lovely day. Sun is out. Oh, it's not quite here, so you must have it first over there. You are further east than I am. So there you go. Thanks, Sarah. So step out in trust of self and what your psychic senses, your connection with spirit. Remember to connect with them occasionally on a more conscious level, that you are aware that you are speaking with them, you are communicating with them. That could be what the birdies are too, as far as that communication goes. Also, different ways of how we're going to understand these cards in the spread, the form that they are today. Use whatever tools you need to keep growing and learning and growing and learning and bringing in your uniqueness into the world with love. So thank you. Thank you from Keza, and we've got the wonderful thank you from Michelle as well. So thank you, each and every one of you. And Cousin Di, please do get well. Look after yourself. Thank you. And thank you from Rena. So until tomorrow, around the 8 o'clock, be the best you that you can be. And namaste.